So here we are, we're at Amelia Island, and we're staying at the Fairbanks B&B. Is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. I got it right. And this is our room, which is the captain's room. We're gonna go check it out.
Okay.
Okay, so Lisa's favorite, high ceilings. First thing I noticed right out of the hat.
Yep, high ceilings, great old windows. You can tell, you know how you can tell they're old?
Because they're wavy.
So
yes.
when you look out and things don't look perfectly square, it's because they're actually, the glass was leaded, right?
That's right, and here's another fun fact.
Yeah.
Just so you, which is kind of cool because old glass is actually not solid, it's liquid, and it actually is running over years and years and years. It'll typically be thicker at the bottom than it is at the top because it's actually running.
Makes it weighty. So king size bed, 4-poster bed, which is really cool. Oh, actually very comfortable bed, by the way. Oh, super comfortable bed.
Is it? Oh, nice.
Yeah. And decorated for the time period, which I actually enjoy. You know, if I come to an old place, I want it to be decorated in according to the time period. The floors here actually seem all like they're original, by the way, which is super cool.
These would have to definitely be original.
And this fireplace is amazing. So back in the day, of course, this is the only way they had to heat the house. And, you know, like Paul was saying earlier, that it was all the way down in the 40s last night. So, you know, if you lived here, you would want this to heat your house up.
We would definitely need heat.
They're saying that they know that this is the captain's room because it was actually a cedar-lined closet. So that is one of the ways that they're verifying that this was actually the captain's room. And at the time, it actually had an adjoining door with the bedroom next door, which I think probably would have been maybe here, into the bedroom next door. And my guess that was his wife's room, because back in the day, they had not only his and her bedrooms.
All right.
So that would have been his wife's room, and this would have been his room, which is super cool. Let's go check out the back. Okay.
Claws, foot
original
tub.
Doors, hard doors, not fake doors. Yes. So when you come in here, there's actually a clawfoot bathtub, which again I love because it's part of the period piece. Also like the metal hanging curtain that goes with it. Pedestal sink, and you have an ensuite in an old house, which I'm sure they added at some point later.
Oh, right. Well, it's very beautiful.
Yeah. That's great. So far, loving the place. Very elegant. One of the most distinguished houses, I would say, absolutely on Amelia Island.
Right. It looks amazing from the outside.
Yeah, it does. Okay, let's check out more. Do you want to show us it?
Oh, wow. Okay, so this is the little kitchen area.
Wow. This is great.
And you said there's 2 units that are kitchen area like this?
No. This one has it and that other one doesn't.
So 2 has.
Same kind of setup. It's got a partial kitchen.
Okay.
Yes.
Separate, with a living room space, with separate bedroom space.
I just love this room. So
I like the colors. I like the colors.
Yeah. And yes, I agree. I like the colors.
So nice little living room area.
We're trying to change some things and, you know, different colors, go with different things. I mean, I'm sure eventually, you know, we'll phase out some curtains and put some different ones up. And, you know, as time goes on, you have to.
Always a process.
Freshen. Yeah, freshen
yeah.
up.
You gotta do it.
Okay, so the bedroom
I don't
area.
know who put this
The
together,
king
but I
size
love
bed.
that.
I'm thinking,
Poster bed.
I think that eventually he does the same thing as he's done in the others, where he actually put the little fireplaces in there.
Yeah.
And then in here is the walk-in closet. So isn't that nice?
We were surprised just historically on how small these are, because you couldn't put a big fire in there.
That's all you had.
Well, I figured they had servants too that would keep it stoked all the time, kind of a thing, because they're wealthy families, right? Your butler would be the...
I said, how cute would it be if, you know, everybody was in the black and the white aprons and stuff running around here? Oh my God, it'd be adorable.
Tammy's like, no, don't say
Yeah, don't.
So the Fairbanks Inn comes with bicycles that you can use, all complimentary. Use them anytime you like. The beach is kind of a bike ride away because it'd be a long walk there, but a bike ride wouldn't be so bad. So it's nice that they have bikes and you can get around town. So it's really cool of them.
And what are these cottages?
So, oh yeah, the cottages are all part of the inn or the B&B, but these are the old servants' quarters, what they used to be. And now, I don't know what they use them for now.
No, you can stay in some of them.
Oh, you can? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Nice.
All three of these, I think, yeah. Right? Wow. So this is quite a large property.
Yeah.
So one of the cool things to do when you're on when you come to a new area, what we do all the time, actually, I don't know, and I would say it would be a good tip to always take a tour of wherever you are first when you first get to a place, and then you kind of know your way around.
Yeah.
As you're tooling around.
You know what you're looking at.
And you know what you're looking at, yep.
So Amelia Island is a small barrier island on the east coast of Florida. It's right at the Georgia border, and it has, like you'd almost think it was in Georgia because Florida kind of goes up to capture Amelia for some reason. So it's included in it. It must have been negotiated as part of the treaty with Spain originally. Mm. But anyway, the island is like 2 miles wide at its widest point by 13 miles long. So it's pretty small island, initially inhabited by the Indians until the Spanish came here first, and then the French showed up right behind them. So the island has been flying up to flew 8 different flags. So there's been 8 people who have claimed Amelia Island as their own. And an interesting
Which would be the French, the Spanish, the English, the Mexican, not renegades,
the Patriots.
The Patriots.
The Scottish, Scotland claimed it.
Right. And then there was one period where
the Confederates.
The Confederates. But the Mexican something was in there. And I don't remember what it was called. The Mexican. Anyways. There was this very small period in there. That was kind of interesting.
Okay. So, but there wasn't a lot of real battles that were fought here. Kind of like people claimed the island and then sort of gave it up when they heard the next guys were coming in. So there really wasn't too many battles, and the island was taken over one time by like 300 soldiers. So I mean, it's not like there were a lot of people here fighting, which was kind of interesting.
Right.
But it gave a real mix of people here. As different people took it over, people stayed, they didn't leave. So it became a real melting pot. And it also became a place for when the Civil War began and was going on, for freed slaves to come and get schooling and live on the island. They were welcome. So it's got a very cool history. And in actual fact, they're claiming that this is the actual oldest town in the United States.
Right. Of which we thought it was
St. Augustine.
St. Augustine, but that was the oldest.
St. Augustine claims to be the longest continuing occupied city. So they're saying that we were here. St. Augustine's like somebody's lived here the longest. But in Amelia Island, actually, people came here, then they abandoned the island, and then they came back. So it was actually the French.
You're right.
Surprisingly, which I had no idea.
French were first.
Probably had in like 1561, I think it was about 3,000 people living on this island. And that's a huge settlement for back then. That is a very large settlement.
Oh, yeah.
So they had that many people living on the island. And therefore claim that this is actually the first settlement in the United States, which is interesting.
Very interesting. A lot of history on this side of the United States.
Yeah.
Of course, makes sense because of where they all landed, but there's so much history over here. It's very fascinating. I really enjoyed it a lot.
Mm-hmm. So that's what we've learned about Amelia Island. And then they became, because it was, this East Coast, southern part, like with St. Simon Islands and Jekyll Island and this island, all the money from the New York area would come down here for their winter. So this became a place, one of the places that they came for their winter. So there were railroads here very early. And so the shrimping industry and the lumber industry were all, and indigo at the time, they had big indigo farms on this island, was a big part of it. So it's always been now it's a tourist place, and it's very quaint. It's very, there's more to see here than I thought there would be, actually. Mm-hmm. And we filled up 3 days pretty easily. We've still got one more place to go, so we're going to go do that in a little bit here. But
right.
that's it.